Hi, CrossRoads. The season of Lent starts on Wednesday, March 2nd, and I just wanted to share a bit about what Lent is and why it can be a useful season for us as followers of Jesus. The Lent season consists of the 40 days, not counting Sundays, before Easter. The number 40 has a lot of significance throughout the Bible, and in the case of Lent, it is 40 days to remember the time that Jesus was tempted in the wilderness. If you read about Jesus' temptation in Matthew or Mark or Luke, you realize that Jesus obeyed God and he rejected Satan's temptations. Jesus did in the wilderness what God's people had always failed to do. When we read this story of temptation in the Bible, it's exciting because we see that Jesus is likely the one who God had promised to rescue the world from sin. So in the season of Lent, it's a chance for us to remember our call to obey Jesus. We recognize the seriousness of sin, and we remember what he did to rescue us from it. Lent invites us to do some intentional things to draw close to the heart of God and to grow in Christ-likeness, as the Bible talks about. We draw from Jesus' instructions in Matthew 6. So during Lent, we're encouraged to devote ourselves to prayer, to give to those in need, and to consider fasting, like Jesus did when he was in the wilderness. So if you're interested in participating in the Lent season, I'd invite you to think of something you might want to put down. Maybe that's social media or certain meals or television, and then pick something else up instead. Committed Bible reading. You could come to our prayer meeting at the church on Wednesday nights, or think about blessing someone in need each week. The Lent season is one that invites us to be intentional about what we do or don't do, as we recognize that our small attempts at obedience wouldn't be enough without Jesus coming and paying our debt on the cross. It's a season where we sit in thankfulness for what Jesus does for us. It moves us toward the sorrow of Good Friday, but then it ends with the joy of Easter Sunday when we joyfully celebrate the victory of Jesus over sin and death. So I'd encourage you to participate in Lent this season and do some things to help us remember what Jesus did as he sacrificed himself for our sake.